I don't know what was going on with that. So, welcome, Queens and Kings. What did you say, King?
No, I just said I had that on my mind for the longest. Don't bust around. Woo-ha! So that's just my bad. I just had to come in with that one.
That's all right. Welcome, Queens and Kings. Welcome to another episode of Their POV with Nick and King. We are your host, Nikki Johnson.
And I am the King. What's up? What's up? How y'all be?
Ladies, I'm struggling with my lipstick. Y'all ever put on your lipstick and I'm struggling with it. But anyway, welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. How is everybody doing? I see some people on, so we want to say welcome. Happy Sunday. We were trying to get hyped up because I'm tired. I don't know about him, but I didn't go to bed until 4 o'clock this morning.
Ooh,
I got back up at 8. I'm tired, but that's okay.
I feel you.
Good tired, good reason. Can you tell people about your day? How you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing? You know, happy Sunday. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. Hope everybody's enjoying the sunshine. If you got sunshine in your area. You know, just a regular Sunday for me. I didn't go to bed. Went to bed about 12 o'clock last night, so got up about 8. So it's been a decent day today. You know, just enjoying, just chilling on the Sunday afternoon. Nick, how was your weekend?
We must have thought we were grown going to bed way past 10.
No, you didn't.
It was incredible. It was so good. It was really good. I hung out with the crew last night.
Okay.
And we went out and ate, and I stayed up very, very late, but it was all good. And hello to you too, sis. Pam is saying, hey, Nick and King. Everybody else who's watching, chime in. Tell us hello. Tell us what's up. Tell us where you're watching from. Or are y'all just ready to get into these topics? What you think, King?
I think that's what it is. I think people just ready to get with it, and so we can sit there and tell them what's going on, and so we can get it started.
I heard your feedback. You got it?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
All righty. So she says she's doing good. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look, we're going to go on and jump in because we have so much stuff to talk about. King, tell the people what we are talking about today.
Y'all, this is a good one, y'all. It's a juicy one. We talking about dating in them streets. You know what I'm saying? All that, you know, from from the online dating to the club scene to the library, you know, grocery stores, gas station was one of my favorites. You know, but I'm just my bad. I'm just saying though.
Whatever you can catch it, right?
Exactly. That's what we're gonna be on topic today, y'all. How hard it is, how easy it is, dilemmas, everything about trying to date in 2021. You know what I'm saying?
In 2019.
Oh yeah, well all the years, but I mean since we're in 2021, but yeah, just that dating scene totally, just being single today. That's it right there. Just being single today and the pressures of it and I can only imagine, you know, y'all, I'm married, so you know, give shout out to my lovely queen, Shakita Harrington. But yo, I know how it was in them streets, so you know, hey, we're gonna get it started. Nick, we're gonna let you go ahead and do your, you know, how you always do your.
Thank you.
So let you do that. You got to do your shout out. So yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Do that.
Hi, baby. Shout out to my future king, my future husband, wherever you are, whoever you are. I know you are somewhere praying and preparing for me, and I am doing the same for you. So, hey, baby. Hey, boo. Pam says she's ready to get it to you. You laugh every single week. I don't care. You know me.
Exactly. You know, hey, but I, you know what? I feel you though, because it's gonna happen. You know, you're gonna be on here. We're gonna be on the show. And we're gonna say we ain't gonna see that single thing no more. It's gonna be like you're gonna be saying it for real to that person.
Boom.
Yeah. But yeah, before we do start going, y'all, I'm gonna give a shout out to my Boston Celtics. You know what I'm saying? That's my crew. That's my team. The boys beat up on the Warriors last night. You know what I'm saying? 119 and 114. So if you would go to State Warrior, I'm sorry for you. My boy Jason Tatum did his thing, and you know that's all I'm gonna say about that.
He ain't sorry.
I am a little bit. You know, I understand how it is to get beat. I just didn't get beat last night, but I understand how it is to get beat.
Okay, that was real ugly for those that lost.
My bad.
No, that's all right. Hey, you rip for the Celtics. You do you.
Yes, I do.
All right, so King, over the years we've known each other.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have talked about all kind of dating scenarios.
Yes, we have.
What is one of the craziest ones that I have ever told you about, or one of the craziest things I've ever told you that I've encountered out here in these dating streets?
Oh my God, Nick! Really?
You can throw out maybe 2 or 3, but what's your top favorite?
My top, I mean, oh God, I'm trying. First of all, let me get that together. As far as because I mean, I've heard some crazy things. You gave me some crazy scenarios, but I'm trying to think. See now, if I would have known, oh my God, I'm trying to think.
Hey, I got to. You know me, I'm gonna throw it out.
Yeah, please do.
While you
Please do.
thinking, I'm gonna go to the comments real quick. Hello,
okay.
Karen. What's up, Karen? Karen is down there in Bryan College Station making the people full. She did some turkey necks with gravy and some hot butter cornbread and some stuff that I ain't eating right now. So,
okay.
But big shout out to you. Put the name of your business in the comments so the people can see, sis, and then we'll put it up on the screen. And then want to give a shout out to let me take this one down. To Arnold Bird. Thank you so much for tuning in. He says hello. So hello back to you, King. Welcome,
yes,
welcome. Listen, we're talking about dating out here in these dating streets. If you are booed up or married, you can still put down some of your experiences. We would love to laugh and talk about them. And if you're single and you're watching, I just asked King throughout the years that we've known each other, what is one of the craziest things I've ever told him that I encountered? So we would like to hear from you. So far, what has been one of the craziest things that you have encountered out here in these dating streets? And let's see. Are you ready yet? Or are you still thinking?
I'm still thinking. You have to refresh me because I mean we talk about so much in the dating thing we ain't talked about as far as
we just talked about it. King, we just talked about it the other day.
Yeah, but I mean, oh my God, but I'm talking about.
Why you still thinking? It's KJ Southern Cuisine. You can find her here on Facebook. I gotta give my sister this plug. I love her so much. Such an amazing woman of God. Wonderful. Like you cannot go wrong ordering from her. You cannot. I wish I could get her to send me some. But anyway, so shout out to you, sis. And also Leo Rodriguez says hi.
Hello, what's up, Leo?
Welcome to the show. We are talking about dating today. All right, King. Now I've given you all the time.
Nick, it's like I went blank. I mean, I think about all the stuff we were talking about and the different. It's but I guess the biggest thing I think about is the site, the website. So that's like the biggest thing I can think about is the site. Of all times, but it's just been the different. I'm thinking about the reactions you always gotten when you talked and stuff, or the crazy stuff that they talked about. So for me to have a scenario that you don't tell me, I would have to.
This whatever you just said, you could have said it, but that's okay. That's okay. Those that are just now watching us, you're gonna see me looking off to the side a lot because I'm running the control panel over here. So please don't think I'm being disrespectful. Arnold says, hold on, let me put his comment up on the screen. He says, I don't know how to start. In other words, you got that many. I feel you. I really do. So King just mentioned one of the things I've talked to him about throughout the years would be the dating websites. Yes, I don't care if they got the word Christian in it, because Christian Mingle was crazy too. And that's my personal experience. I am not down in the website. Do not come at me. My experience on there was bananas. But the dating websites are off the chain. Like, wow. I'm going to say this. It's so many married people on those dating websites. I've never seen so many married people trying to hook up on a singles dating website. Oh my gosh. So,
I hope y'all ain't out there.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm telling you. I hope they ain't out there now. and the while we checking those sites, little brothers.
I didn't call out nobody's name.
I know that's what I'm saying.
My experience is
right.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
the sugar daddies that are out there. That is not me naming them. That is what they call themselves. How many times, King, have I told you someone actually approached me and said, I would like to be your sugar daddy?
Numerous.
Would you be my sugar baby?
Numerous times.
Down to the itemized list of what they were
going to pay. Yes. Yo, I was like, woo, Nick. I said, I used to always say, y'all, I'm like, Nick, you sure we can't make this a business or something? I said, because these brothers trying to.
Okay. But
I'm just saying, y'all know me. Y'all know the king speaks from the hip. The king speaks his truth, and it's just, it's all in love, though, y'all. But, them dating streets, y'all, like, Nick was saying, the type of offer she was getting, just to, to be a sugar baby. Yo, y'all, I'm telling you, I done ran into some serious inquiries on all kinds of stuff when I was doing the dating thing.
Okay,
it was crazy.
Go ahead. Share your top two.
My top two with the dating thing. I mean, oh my gosh, let's see. I mean, well, you know, I did some crazy stuff, y'all. I mean, when I was dating, I did crazy stuff. So, you know, the kind of things I've done dating and people I've come in contact with was always an adventure for me. I think one of the, like, you know, me and Nick was talking the other day. I was telling about the time when I changed the clock.
Can I tell the people that one?
Go ahead, Nick.
So,
I'll let you go ahead and take that one.
I've heard some excuse me, y'all. I've heard some stories from this man throughout the years, and not why he's married. Don't nobody do that. But of all the ones that I thought could not be topped, he told me about one where he actually changed the clocks back so his girl would not realize how late it was when he came home. Yo,
that was crazy, y'all.
That's being committed to your people. You committed.
I mean,
you have to think and plan and then execute that thing.
Well, you know, y'all ladies, you know, when you're dating, you know, you still got those certain boundaries and those certain,
I love the way you do that on us because you did.
I mean, because you know how it go. Y'all be like, hey, you know, we kicking it, we dating, you know, certain hours of staying out, you know, hanging out. So, you know, mine was like supposed to be like, I think it was like 2 or 3. You know, so I think it was like I'm supposed to be at 2 this particular night. So I got in about 4:30. It wasn't, the sun hadn't came up yet, so I was good.
It wasn't 2 or 3.
Yeah, it wasn't 2 or 3, but about 4. So I snuck in. So me being the person that I am, you know, we got about 3-4 clocks in the crib. So I start downstairs first. So I hit the one over the stove, you know, because you know you got the clock on the stove. So I hit that one. Got one on the wall in the kitchen. I hit that one. So when I come upstairs, you know, you got the ones on got the one on my dresser, you know, the digital joint. Got to go ahead and set that one back, you know, and she didn't wear a watch, so I didn't have to worry about that part. So I had to make sure my watch was back and on my clock. So, you know, she was a hard sleeper. So when she woke up, she asked me what time I came in. I said I was in on time, 2:30. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know if she woke up during the middle of the night, you know, or whatever, but between those times, she did not know her brother came in like 2 hours after the curfew. But,
do not try that at home.
Yeah, y'all. That was back in the day. You know, that was when I was doing my thing. I wouldn't never try that now. But then, like, on another tip, y'all, dating out here is so crazy. When I was dating and just hanging out and stuff, meeting women was a chore. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, me, I've always been a dude that, you know, and here go Nick will probably hit me with the, you know, I always talk about how cheap I am. But my thing was always, I meet you either for breakfast or lunch. That was my icebreaker. So if I did that, you know, because some women ask, you know, like Nick used to say, well, you know, King, why you didn't take them to dinner? I was like, oh, hold up, they ain't ready for dinner yet. I said, we talking about breaking ice. So if I meet you and I, you know, want to get to know you and we talk, you know, a few times on the phone, I'm just gonna set up the date. That first date gonna be that lunch. Breakfast is like, I mean, I don't never really do breakfast. I'm not gonna use that one. But the lunch was always the icebreaker. So my thing is, bottom line, we meet for lunch. You know, and I take you to a decent restaurant. I don't do no fast foods, no McDonald's or none of those. I do at least, you know, back then, like Applebee's and Chili's was those type of, you know.
Casual dining.
It was just casual, you know what I'm saying? A nice little lunch type thing. And so my thing is we sit down and we converse and, you know, get to know each other. And basically on that one conversation, you'll know if it's going to go any further, you know what I'm saying, as far as another date. And I said, if nothing else, you know, if we don't, we become friends. If not, hey, you got a free meal. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at it. You know, I hope you enjoyed the meal because I'm good company for anybody. So I know you enjoyed the company and the conversation, you know, and you ask your questions, I ask mine, and, you know, see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was always my little, you know, getting to know you type of thing. But I mean, some women, you know, it was cool with it and stuff. And some felt, you know, like drinking. That was another thing, Nick. I think I used to tell you that some women talk about, well, can I drink at lunch? No, you can't drink. I need your mind to be clear. So I'm not buying no drinks. You know, what's wrong with tea? You know, water, you know, soda, but, you know, you're not getting no mixed drink. It ain't that I'm cheap, but I want you to have a clear mind. And I can't let you get off my pocket that deep either. So
I'm gonna let you roll it. I'm gonna let you roll it. That was the only reason. I'm gonna let you roll it. But okay, so hold on. you were talking about meeting them at someplace for lunch or potentially for breakfast.
Right.
How about for anybody who's watching or will watch this later?
Mm-hmm.
How about the people that just because y'all have talked a few times on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a couple of weeks, want to automatically come to your house
Woo.
for the first date? That is such a no-no.
At all.
That is. Go ahead.
No, please finish. By all means,
that's a no-no.
From a woman's point of view.
That's a personal rule for me as a woman. That's wisdom, that's safety. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just because we maybe FaceTimed or we've talked about a month on and off throughout the week, we're not doing a coming over to the house, and I'm not going. We're going to meet out in public. I need to see how you act around other people and what your temperament is like, and how you are when things like, it's some preliminaries, but people don't do preliminaries anymore. It's just straight when I'm coming to the crib.
Exactly.
When you coming through here.
Yeah. That's always one of those places, like you said, Nick. That's that last stage of getting to know you. We feeling good. We vibing. We done did some dates out in this, space.
We work up to
get to your coming crib.
Cooking and we work up to that. We don't lead with that.
No.
Because you do finally get that invite, that ain't an invite to the bed. But if I tell you people leading with the bed,
hey.
We didn't talk about some of the stuff that I have told you.
Right, exactly.
We gonna keep it decent, but I will say,
that crib move.
People out there.
Oh yeah, believe me, the crib move. The crib move is always one of those things. I've never been a person to invite you, or if you invited me a crib, I felt some kind of way, Nick. When a woman invited me to their crib first time around, I was like, hold up. What am I walking myself into, or why?
Nowadays it could be a setup.
Exactly, on any level.
And it does tell you a lot about the person when off the rip, because some of the things I've told you, and I'm gonna see how clean I can keep it. Mm-hmm. Off the rip, you want facial parts to touch body parts for somebody that you don't know.
No doubt.
Off the rip, that tells me you do that with anybody.
You definitely. That's you parlaying that. Big time, you parlaying that, but like you said, I mean, female invite me to their crib. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, sister, we ain't hang out that many times for me to feel comfortable, for you to think that it's okay that I feel good about taking the crib. And like you said, I'm definitely not letting you come to mine until I know that it's cool, because I don't know how your mind running. Because some ladies get out there and
packing and carrying.
Exactly, or just the point of you thinking that this could go this route, and I can hang out with you at your crib. No, because I'm getting to know you. And then my dating part was, I wasn't trying to wife you up. My thing was to date you, to get to know you and have a good time, and let you know I'm not looking for that permanent type of status. So I didn't want you to get comfortable enough thinking that I can change his mind, and you done got my crib, now you out my bushes. You don't wait for a brother to come home.
All I'm gonna say is bushes, and you exactly know what I'm talking about.
So
let's go to the comments real quick before we move on.
Cool.
You want to shout out to your cousin?
Oh yeah, what's up, my cousin D from the A? What's going on, fam? Glad you're on listening to us today, man.
All righty, and then Elaine is. She said she was loving your story earlier.
Appreciate
One
that.
thing about this man is he don't mind telling you the truth.
Hey, yes, ma'am. I don't mind telling you.
All right, so real quick, Arnold says, when I was young, I got catfished on AOL websites. Going back, she lied to him, and she was showing him pictures of someone else. All right, let's hit that for a second.
Cool.
So what's one of the things I've been telling you in the last, I'm going to say 5 years? I have a thing with needing to do what?
See you. Yes. See your face. Exactly.
Listen, come on, man.
Yep.
The catfish game has even grown more into, it's not even someone faking to be someone else anymore. They're faking a whole life that they don't have.
Exactly.
They're faking being single.
Yep.
If I can't talk to you anytime I want to talk to you,
you ain't too sick.
And if I got to FaceTime you, you always in the same spot. You can't. It's probably because it's somebody else in the house.
For sure. You ain't too single, Jack. If you can't, you're right.
Yes.
If I can't be that.
That video, being able to video talk to people will save a whole lot of.
Oh yeah.
Folks be lying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, hey, and Nick, I've been there, done that, and that's why I can understand this dating situation where. Now, if I was to date, I have to be upfront. I can't play the game now. Back then, it was just, with brothers, and I put like this on me. It was like, okay, who can you pull? How many can you pull? You know, what can you say to? It was all those things, and from the websites, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all, like my man Arnold was saying, yo, Arnold, I had like 10, 12 websites, bro. I was hitting them all just to see how females, you know, react and stuff. And a lot of them I met in person. I ain't gonna lie, some I went to the cribs, and oh my goodness, when I tell y'all, some of the cribs I should have stayed my behind out of. So it just, yeah, I mean, you know, be surprised the conversations you have, but the people that you meet and how you meet them and stuff, and you know, but it's just the whole dating thing is like, oh my goodness, it's just changed over the years, and it's like two people do not sit down and talk truth anymore. It does not happen. It does not happen. About that for a second? Please go ahead. Give me some.
Okay, one thing we always have talked about is being upfront with people. I'm gonna tell you straight up front when you come into my inbox. And now I can say this because I'm no longer engaged. So I didn't do this, of course, when I was engaged. However, now that I'm not and I'm single, straight up off the rip, I'm single, but I'm casually dating.
Right.
So if I'm telling you the truth up front, why do you need to lie? If I'm telling you what I'm doing, don't come at me with the lies, but they do. And I'm not just saying guys, because I'm gonna read, I posted a question up in a couple of Facebook groups to get people's responses, and the brother's going through the same thing too. But why is it that grown people just cannot be upfront? If you're married in a relationship, just stop trying to date other people. Stop all that. You don't need to even be in the streets.
Exactly.
But if you are single, don't lie. Be honest and be real, because you have to continually keep up those lies, and eventually you're going to get caught, and somebody's going to get hurt. Why lie? Why can't grown people just be upfront?
And I tell you what, Nick, part of that is from a male's point of view. You got some brothers that don't live the life they want to live, and so they rather create it. So you know, to impress you, you know, woman, you know what I'm saying. And if I ain't got her, and if I ain't in your area, I ain't around you, I can pump that up so good, and maybe add some dynamics to it to make you feel like, yeah, this is my life. You know, just to sit there and do that. And you know, my thing is, you think at a certain age that would change, that you would realize, like, you know what, why am I playing this game? But you got brothers that play the game the 30s, 40s, 50s. You know, 60s. You get caught up in it. Yeah, just keep going with it, just to keep it, you know, on the phone or whatever. Like you said, FaceTime, just trying to show them, like, yeah, this is how I'm living, but living a lie instead of, you know, being upfront. You know, and the thing, and I think the biggest thing is how women as well as men judge each other. I feel like, you know, if she ain't your type, you should be able to get that out of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, if you feel that you got to play the game, or she, you know, whatever you feel that you bring to the table ain't enough for her, yo, ain't nothing wrong with being proud of yourself or what you got, period. Right. And if she ain't feeling that, and she ain't for you. Right. You know, and there's too many women out there, just as well as too many men, to sit there and feel that you got to play yourself to go ahead and cater to her. Yeah. You know, and I think a lot of dudes get that mixed up. I mean, because and we all done it. I ain't gonna lie, you know, we all played ourselves to impress that woman that we felt, you know, to a certain extent was out of our league. Right. You know what I'm saying? Was a little bit more than we thought, you know, and you sit there and do these. Making an impression, trying to be impressive, or lying, two different things. That's true. But I'm saying sometimes the lie goes into the impressive, because that's what you use. You use the lie to impress. Instead, because, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, Nick. You can look at women and for you as a man, I look at it, okay, she might be an 8 or 9. I don't feel that that's my level for whatever reason. So I feel, depending when I'm talking to her, what she likes and stuff, how can I go ahead and get to that level to try to pull her? Gotcha. So if I got to throw a line here and this and that, I got this going on, which I don't, or I might be kind of trying to get to that, that's what I'll throw out there. But when you understand and know yourself and love yourself enough, you're like, yo, if I ain't good enough, baby, oh well. Just for reference, though, Nikki don't want you to lie. I don't want you to be what you think I want. I want you to be you. Here's the thing. I want to be friends first. That's something that I've noticed people don't like to do. Right, they want to claim right off the rip. You're going to be with me, I'm going to be with you, and then we'll get to know each other. That's not how that works. We have to even see if we're compatible as friends. Can we have a conversation? Yeah, Can we talk? How are we when we're in each other's company? Is there any type of chemistry? Do we always argue? Right. Are we always butting heads? Those are things that you find out developing and building a friendship. It's in that part when you realize, you know what? We do better staying friends. But you know what, though, Nick? Some guys don't want to do too much of the conversation where it feels real good, because next thing you know what zone you get put in. You trying to go for her? Your
No,
conversation.
but that's not what I'm not.
No. I know what you're saying.
I just mean, here's my encounters. It's been so many of these.
Mm-hmm.
Someone meets you and you say that you're single, you're casually dating, you just got a relationship, whatever. I would like to get to know you and see, we can develop a friendship. Right. They're so down for it. Oh, absolutely. That's all I'm looking for anyway. Day two. Day two, it's a totally different story. Day three, I'm in love with you. Day four, they're mad because somebody's commenting under your picture. Like, you don't even listen, King. I know what people cannot build. Everything cannot be microwave popcorn.
Exactly.
Oh, hashtag that one. Relationships cannot be microwave popcorn. What happens when people rush so fast and they jump right into the bed or right into the relationship? Right. Some people will move right on in together too and don't even know each other. Yeah. And they have the most tumultuous relationships because you're always fighting because you really were compatible. You just started having sex and probably end up with the baby together. So now you're trying to make it work going backwards. I just want to know if I can have a conversation with you. And that conversation does not have to be about sex.
That's true, Nick. But see, on another tip, you got, like I said, Nick, you and some other women I've met in my life are rare about their true feelings, about being upfront and being truthful and not judging brothers strictly on looks, on their occupation as far as, you don't find too many like that. Most women, and this is just me talking, when they see you, depending on how you look to them, that's the first thing. Then they go into see how your pockets, how deep they are. You know what I'm saying? Then they see how you living, what you driving. And we get this. And when we meet women, first of all, because with brothers, it's a visual thing first. So we know if you find us, I don't know what, we right off the back thinking, okay, bro, she ain't going to pick you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just saying, just depending on how you look, you know what I'm saying? You thinking, okay, I don't meet that standard. And that's just us critiquing us. That's off the back. We don't even know until we start talking. But when you got confidence in yourself, so it depends when you're talking to this young lady, you start kicking the ballistics to them, and it starts to vibe. Okay, you feel this is just me talking, because this is how I've done before. Dad, I might have a chance. She feeling my conversation. So you thinking, okay, you don't want to put yourself in a friend zone. When I mean friend zone, I'm talking where you don't oversurpassed trying to get to know her that you interested in her. Some brothers can get so friendly with the conversation, the woman just jumps past it. He might not be into it, but the vibe is good, so we could be friends. And I don't mean the friends that can go into the next level, the friends that it stops right.
Stay home is right.
Exactly. So as a brother progresses, he's looking and he's like, okay, I'm just really surprised that this is going as good as it's going. But I'm just saying that this is what we deal with at times when we're not too self-confident and just coming across and being, I'm genuine. This is how it's going to go. If it don't work, oh well. At least I'm shooting my shot the way it's supposed to be shot.
Right.
And this is what we deal with. But you look at, I'm telling you, as brother, we look at you like, oh man, she's fine. So right there, you get a little jittery. You're like, okay, can I pull it? I'm telling you, this is what we go through. When women don't know what men think when they approach them, this is what we're doing. Now we can, people put numbers. My boy Adam, Kevin, he does the number thing, right? Saying I don't do the number thing, but within myself.
I can't.
I know. I
talking about Kevin Samuels, y'all.
Right, y'all. I'm just saying, but you take the number thing within yourself as far as how you feel she looks, and if she's approachable. I'm just saying, because you look, you're like, she's straight up 9 or 8, and this is within yourself. So you thinking, she ain't gonna see nothing in you, bro. But I had to challenge myself over the years to know that my conversation was always. Woo! And I didn't know that until I really started getting into myself, understanding, like, yo, bro, you can talk. And I'm not trying to brag, y'all, but I just got good conversation. So I knew, I was just saying.
Brag, but I'm going to tell you about it.
So I knew when I started talking, and I know how much, just reassuring myself that, your conversation is going to get you that conversation with her. You're going to take it from there. And if she's real about herself and how the conversation can start, it's on her which way she wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? As far as he can be more than friends. He can be somebody I wouldn't mind going out with this and that because of my conversation. So that way I know what kind of depth you have about yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What your personality is really about. And that's how I always poise myself in being that dude that if I wanted to get to know you, baby, I'm going to get to know you. And my voice and the way I talk is going to definitely let you know. I'm interested.
Are you seriously giving us an example right now?
I'm sorry. I just only way y'all can relate.
I heard it.
That's the way you can relate, you know. But yeah, I mean, and that's still dating. I mean, y'all, it's all aspects of dating today, yesterday, and tomorrow. You know, you got to be like Nick said, got to be compatible. You can't just jump into the bed. You can't just jump into her house. That first conversation is going to set the stage, period. And that's why I said lunch, because a woman loves to eat. I don't care. I don't know. Not one woman don't love to eat, especially when she ain't got to pay for it. That's right, fellas. I said it. The women, I said it too. Y'all know y'all like to eat. Y'all don't like to pay for it. So, being that I said that lunch right there, hey, you sit down. I'm going to take you to a decent restaurant. I'm going to let you order what you want to order if it's on the 2 for $20 or something like that. I'm just playing, Nick. I knew you're going to be I'm just playing. No, y'all.
But you're not, though. But you're
not. For real. No, for real. I am. I'm just playing because when you go to lunch, I'll let you order what you want. But if it just so happens to be one of the 2 for $20, hey, that's a thumbs up for a brother, right? Save a little change. But
people real quick, hold on.
All right.
Are we agreeing? What are y'all saying? What are y'all thinking up into the conversation right now?
Yeah.
Have you experienced some of these things? Brothers, is he representing y'all right? Sisters, what are you guys thinking? Please put that in the comments. Go ahead.
Yes. So I'm just saying, you sit down and you have that conversation. So over a good meal, like people always talk about breaking bread with somebody, that's always a good way to start to know somebody, to get to know somebody. So, you sit down, you have a decent conversation. She's enjoying her meal. You enjoying yours, you know what I'm saying? And then before it's over, y'all already know it's going to be a second day tonight. You already know that. And to me, that's always been my icebreaker. If I was going to want to get to know you, that's why I'm going to invite you to lunch. And I ain't never had nobody turn me down for lunch. Because like I say, y'all like to eat. So...
First of all, let me hit this real quick because keep emphasizing our eating habits.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes it's not about liking to eat. It's the whole process of someone asking you out on a date,
right?
Thinking enough for you to want to take you out to eat and wine and dine you. The grabbing of the door, the grabbing of the chairs,
which I do.
Being able to look across the table at you. And if it's dinner, most places now set the ambiance for you with the candles and the low light. You see how you rolling your eyes?
I'm sorry. Nick, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I tried to throw you the game. You always roll your eyes.
I'm listening, Nick. I'm listening. So, I believe that.
Because a lot of people on first date are not going to even eat the food. They're going to order it. But a lot of women not going to eat because I'm not talking about maybe who you've been with. But we've been with every woman. So hold on. Slow down. Some women are not going to eat on that first date because they don't know how the guy's going to receive if they get down and they waste something or whatever. Right. They don't want to be perceived as greedy. Right. And then sometimes they're so into the conversation. Now, if your conversation's whack, I'm going to tear all the food up on the plate.
Yo, that's crazy.
Bored and you're whack right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
About a whole bunch of stuff while we talking about sex.
Right, well, yeah, definitely. I feel you on that.
Everybody does that, but you got some.
Yeah.
You got some folks out there.
I feel you. And I definitely feel you on that. And I understand, like you said, most people, and like you said, coming from one point of view, and I just been lucky where they enjoyed the meal as well as the conversation. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying because they ate their food. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just always ate it. So, but I understand what you're saying. If it's boring, that would be the go-to. Okay, you know what, this brother just say, and I can understand that. But, you have a good conversation, you good reaction, and that's always just been a good way to get to know them. Like you said, with dinner, that's usually the second date. See, after I broke the ice with the first date and we know that it's going to be a second, dinner's definitely the next thing. But that first one, I can't take you to dinner that first time. I mean, that's just me, y'all. No disrespect to nobody, but I feel it's the daytime.
So they can pass your breakfast, lunch. Then second day will be actual dinner.
Oh, actual dinner. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I guess, yeah. Definitely break the ice with the lunch. Okay. And then if we know that it can go somewhere or we're going to really try to, I'm taking you to dinner. Yeah. I'm definitely going to take you to dinner because like you said, that's a different ambiance. That's a whole different, it's at night, so it's a different mood. You know what I'm saying? I got to throw in some more charm differently. So, the same conversation I had for lunch won't be my dinner conversation.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So I got to switch it up like that. Gotcha. But yeah, definitely the second one is going to be dinner. And I might spend a little bit more money. See? Oh, Nick, I just love your reaction when I say stuff like that. It's just it's the killer reaction that you give me.
Mm-hmm. For those on a budget. For those on a budget, your first meet up or greet or date can be at a coffee house. You know,
nice
it's
place.
the effort. Let's just be honest. It's the effort. Now, I know it's gonna be some ladies and some guys that feel like we're not doing the cheap thing right off the rip. I want you to treat me. Get it in how you need to.
Right.
But for those on a budget, how about it's just about the effort? There is no effort when somebody just don't want to do it. They don't want to put in the effort. They don't want to plan, and they're cheap.
Right. Oh yeah.
But
definitely.
if a coffee date and then you make it an intriguing, good conversation date, that will lead you to other dates. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that's true. Definitely.
Go ahead and read what Arnold said.
My man Arnold said, "I just sit back and look and watch to see how many guys get turned down. That's what I like." Yeah, I feel you on that, Arnold, because I've done that too. You know, sitting there, watch the brothers and sitting there, and she's shooting them down. Like, okay, well, not going her route. You know what I'm saying? Or then too, you know, with some of those brothers, we like a challenge. And so let's see what he's not doing right or what he's not saying. So let me go ahead and shoot my shot and see what I can go ahead and score that 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? And because as long as if I can get you to lunch, that's right there's my thing. If you go out with me to lunch, we're right. You know, that set the stage for me. Because then that's when I shine and show you the brothers' conversation will definitely have you want to hear more.
Go ahead and read Arnold's next one. We're going to use this as a jump off. Go ahead.
Lennon said, how many dinner dates when it is her turn to pay? Yo, Don, good conversation. Good question. I'm gonna be honest with you. And this really tripped me out. When I was living in Atlanta, I met this young lady, and when I tell you, she was totally different from what I ever dated. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell I was, because it just so happens I worked with her sister. We was working for Smith Klein Beecham. And she was doing medical billing coding. She was coding. I was doing some data entry. So me and her sister was real cool. And so I used to see her, the one I was looking at. I was like, yo, she's fine. I said, she's like, nah, I don't think so. She just, no. So this particular night, her sister used to always take her home. This particular night, her sister had to work over. I was off. Her sister was off, and I was off. I said, yo, I'll take your sister home. She ain't got to wait. And when I tell y'all, Nick, she was reluctant to let me, because like you said, she didn't want me to know where she lived. So, you know, but I mean, this was just me. Right. And I respect it. But my thing is, she ended up letting me take her home. Where I usually do the lunch in you know, saying at the restaurant, I shot it in the car. And we had about a good 20 or 25 minute ride. I was in Norcross. She lived in Decatur. Okay. About a good 20, 25 minutes. I shot it. Boom. Got another date. Yo, we used to go to dinner stuff. I mean, I taking Streetz because she was on that level. She was making more money than me, y'all. And so this was new to me. This young lady, she could dress the whole nine. She, after like 3 dates that I took her, she paid. I mean, we was like at a Papa Do's. So it really threw me. I mean, she dropped. And she kind of taught me about how to respect waiters and waitresses as far as the tips. Yeah. Because y'all, when she dropped me, now mind you, this is 98, 99. Mm-hmm. We went to a restaurant. With the whole meal, she dropped like 75. You know, y'all, that's unheard of. Back then, as far as just lunch, a dinner or date, something like this, saying we're dating now. We're just dating. This ain't no girlfriend boy, we just dating. Right. And when she dropped that, I was like, and she paid, threw me for a loop.
So the tip was 75.
No, the food, the tip was like the tip was right at about, let's see, I think she dropped like 10 or 15. Okay. So it was like basically on the percentage, but a little bit more. And I was like, I was one of them brothers used to, let me see, you're not getting over 5, so I'm gonna give you about 3. It was those days. Like, I'm just saying, y'all.
Service to what you was gonna give. I got you.
No, it did with the service, but I just felt, hey, I didn't do that percentage thing. I'm like, if I give you 5, you was good.
You had a cap, right?
If I give you 5, but see, y'all understand, this is the 90s. So I'm just, saying, coming into like understanding when you go to a decent, nice restaurant that you pay accordingly, and most of the time they're gonna be good anyway. They're gonna make sure they check on this and that. So you got to get out that $3 to $5 thing, and then really appreciate the way people take care of you when you go to that type of restaurant. Right. So I started learning that and stuff and incorporating that when I did dates and stuff like that. But that was the first time. So it was like after the 3rd date she hooked the brother. I was like, wow. And then I felt too, that's when women are about their business, because they can show a brother, hey, you don't have to pay all the time. I can show you if I'm enjoying your conversation, I'm enjoying you, I can pay as well.
Let me chime in. So Arnold, from a woman's point of view, when you ask her out, you're doing the asking. So the expectation is you're going to do the paying. If she's asking you out, maybe her expectation is she's going to pay.
So true.
This is where conversation is important, because you get to know someone's personality. You get to know what their standards are. Excuse me, y'all, I gotta have this house because I'm still dealing with my throat and stuff. But this is where you get to know how somebody feels about those type of things through the conversation. So let's just say you and I are talking, and after about maybe 4 or 5 conversations, you ask me out. The expectation is you're asking me, so you're gonna take care of the tab.
So
you
true.
know your budget, so I'm not gonna ask me where you can afford to go. But I'm the type of woman that will say, okay, so are we on a budget? I don't mind asking you, because I don't want to say the Towers of America.
Wow, Nick, that's
you're like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to do this pay period. You know what I mean? So let me know, because I don't want to go and order up some stuff that now you can't eat. I don't want to do that. So I will ask.
Yo, Nick, just to cut you off, but yo, I have yet to ever hear a woman say that, because they think it's. I mean, what you unique in your case?
Myself
I'm so sorry who I was talking. I had to just right quick. I just kind of lost it. But yeah, you're one of those unique women. Most of the time, brothers know they get where if you're gonna treat a woman to dinner, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be a certain level of what they expect. Some of them anyway.
Again, if I can go back into my comment, this is where the conversation is important, though, King.
Right.
I can talk to somebody. Me, I can't speak for everybody. I can talk to somebody within a good 45 minutes to the conversation. I know what your values are.
Gotcha. Right.
Okay. So look. So there was this guy one time. For a long time, he was trying to get beyond just the messages in the inbox out to a phone conversation. We finally get to talking on the phone, and I asked him, I was like, so when's the last time you went out on a date? He was like, oh man, it's been like about a year. I said, okay, well, where are some of the places you guys like to go? He liked to go to Applebee's. That was his joint.
Gotcha.
And I said, okay, so did she ever say like she was interested in going somewhere else? You know, I never really asked. I just always asked her out to Applebee's. That told me that's your realm of eating. Maybe that's your realm of budget. Maybe that's the type of food that you like. So I had to dig a little deeper. And so I was like, okay, so what type of foods do you like to eat? When he began to tell me it was the type of stuff that you can get at Applebee's. So, okay. When he finally got around to asking me out on a date, I said, so am I choosing the place or are you choosing? Right. He said, where would you like to go? I said, you know, I haven't been, and it's funny, you mentioned Papados. I haven't been to Papados in a while. I ain't gonna say what he said. A cuss word flew out there, brother mouth so clear. He said SH. He said SH. Papados. He said, a brother gotta wait a couple of more checks. But when I tell you the passion in that SH, I said, it's like I talked about his mama. My bad.
Yo, that is so funny.
This is why what? Conversation is important, right?
Yo, and that is so crazy. That is so true, though, Nick. You got brothers that understand that, yo, that ain't, you know what I'm saying, I cannot afford that type of place to go to. You know, it's going to take a minute, but I would love to take you there once, because some of the brothers ain't never been. So, you know, but they heard and they know.
If I tell you I named other places,
right?
You would think in this huge city that I live in that it was only Applebee's. Like, and I think he was able to hit the value, you know. And you know what? And if anybody know me, you know that doesn't bother me. What does bother me is when you will not expand your taste, your
experiences.
You want to experience your experiences like you want to it. It is not that you can't afford it. You just choose not to. Right. You've been going to Applebee's on your dates for 25 years. And you okay with that. And I throw you out something different and you cussed.
And the thing is, I'm not even a big seafood person. And you know, and I know Papados is more for seafood as well as exotic type of foods as well as regular American cuisine too.
Gotta give you thinking alligator, you know.
But you know,
they serve other things, and I get it if you can't do Papados, that's cool. We just trying to get to know each other. You might not be ready for Papados, but I'm just saying.
I feel you on that.
Applebee's, like they got to know your name like that if you're there all the time. And it's the not wanting to experience anything more. And because I'm adventurous, I like to try things. I like to go to new places. I can see we're not going to be too compatible in that area. Because, I mean, how many times you going to take me to go to Corral before I'm like, babe, I'm not doing this no more. I'm serious. I that's been my experience. Thank you, Buffy. Buffy said, good conversation. Don't y'all forget to chime in. We want to keep hearing from you. Here's another one from Arnold. I'm going to let you read for the brothers. Go ahead.
Arnold, my man said, one night I went to this nightclub. I went to this nightclub. This lady came up to me and asked me to buy her a mixed drink. I bought her around 4 drinks. I look around me. She gave me the mixed drink. I bought to her man. Are you serious? Yo, bro.
I'm gonna let you hit it first, and I'm gonna chime in on that. But Arnold,
I feel you, dude. Yo, that's some crazy stuff. But honestly, dude, I'm gonna tell you, anytime, and I've had it happen when I lived in Atlanta. I think that was my biggest experiences of dealing with club scenes and women in clubs. And I ain't gonna say, Nick messed with me about my cheapness and stuff like. But I ain't a cheap brother, y'all. I ain't even frugal. I just do what I do. I'm not. I spend money. Anybody can tell you, I'm gonna take you out.
In your dating years, throughout
years,
bro,
Nick,
been a little bit.
Even in my dating years, I was
have been a little bit.
But even in my dating years, y'all, I always kept it to a point where, you know what? And I ain't trying to judge, but if I felt that you was at that level for me to spend that money on, that's what I was going to do. So it wasn't never a point that I was cheap. It was that I always go by stages of the relationship or where we're traveling to. If you're going to get in my pocket, you earned to get in my pocket because how we kicked it and how things flowed. That's the only thing. Other than that, I didn't mind dropping any money on you or dropping any money for dinner, stuff like that.
That's interesting.
Well, my thing is, like I said, these are my Atlanta days. My before Atlanta days, I had a cap. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't at that level. But after my Atlanta, during my Atlanta days, but like you said about, getting back to Arnold, we're talking about the club. Anytime a woman asks me, and I've had it a couple of times about buying her a drink, I made sure if I did, you was by yourself or you was with some more girls. And I didn't play that, and people say they want to, that buying the group girl thing. No, I didn't do that. I was like, no, I'm not buying you and you a drink. I'm so sorry. Unless I'm just going to be honest, I'm not doing that. I ain't come here to meet all four of y'all. Okay, let's be honest. If I'm especially if I'm hollering at you, you with your girls, and I've had girls say, well, if you buy me a drink, you gotta buy all of them a drink. I said, well, y'all have a good night. I holler. You got me mixed up, sweetie. I didn't come here to buy none of y'all a drink, to be honest with you. But if I decide to want to buy you a drink, I'm going to buy the one I'm interested in to get to know, and that's how it's going to be. I'm not seeing brothers get played like that. And buying all of it. I'm not doing that. You work just like I work. You come to the club, hang out. You're gonna get you a drink anyway. Or if you done got drunk before you got here and want to get some more, I don't know how you do it. But the brother ain't gonna sit here and buy you and 3-4 other women a drink. I'm okay. And there's plenty of clubs in Atlanta. And stuff. So I was like, no big deal for me. But as far as that go, that's women played brothers back then like that, with the buying them drink and you getting the
Okay, hold on, wait, hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna chime in. Now, I'm not gonna take away that some ladies probably didn't do some brothers like that, because obviously Arnold had that experience and you did too.
Yes.
But let's keep it all the way funky like we supposed to. Sometimes them drink buying brothers felt like that one drink was claim property, control, possession off that one drink.
Yeah, I know you're going with that.
If you shimmy on over to the bar,
right?
You tell a bartender, send that young lady over there a drink,
which I've done before. I've done that before.
You're not obligated at that point to be your lady of the night.
This is true.
To go home with you, to no longer talk to another man because you decided to send her a drink. I cannot tell you how many times that has happened to me or some people that I know. Right. You get a drink and it's almost in your best bet not to even accept it until because man,
he gonna follow you. Oh, I know I remember old Nick. I seen it done. Brothers do that.
Follow you, not just follow you, but tell the other brothers in the club, that's mine. That's me. And you wonder why somebody don't talk to you no more. The man say, my what?
Yo,
I don't even know his name. I don't know his name.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel you. And I've never been that brother, but like you said, I have sent drinks. You know what I'm saying? And that was me just floss. I ain't gonna lie. I used to floss like that. I come up at the club and I'm chilling and stuff. And I'm like, I see somebody that like kind of like piques my curiosity how she looks stuff. I said, all right, let me go ahead and do that. What's the name thing? I sit and drink over and stuff. And then as soon as she get it, I do a little wave. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. That's it. I don't have to say nothing to you the rest of the night. That's just me doing what I do. Because I felt that you looked worth me buying you a drink. That was my thing. So I never walked around.
Arnold, what was it that made you buy drink number 2, 3, and 4?
For sure. Yeah, Arnold, let us know, bro.
When I read that, I was like, but bruh.
Yeah.
She asked for a drink. How you get number 2, 3, and 4? And you probably really kind-hearted, wasn't thinking. So I posed. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were saying.
I posed this question in a Facebook group, and I asked, what had they encountered out in these dating streets?
Mm-hmm.
The replies from men and from women, but this one brother said a bunch of unbalanced, unsure, and unappreciated women with some good.
Okay.
He did. All right. I asked for honesty. He gave it.
He gave you honesty. Got you.
I got a whole bunch of other stuff from, again, men and women chiming in, but I want to hit that real quick. So, no disrespect to him because I really appreciate him responding.
Right.
I couldn't go past it, but you got it. But they were still unbalanced, unsure, and unappreciative, and you still win. Oh
yeah, you know how that go, Nick. That's just that what we call that satisfaction thing. It ain't no big deal. I mean, you know,
call it whatever you like.
But I'm just saying, Nick.
On it. But what I'm saying is you are telling me what you are getting, what you're interacting with, but then you also telling me what you're doing. So are you drawing what you are?
Basically, that's basically what you're doing. Saying? If you're still gonna go out, you're still gonna do that. That's basically what you're saying.
Right.
You know, me.
It's like, well, it doesn't matter. I got mine.
Exactly.
That's what it felt like.
That's what it's. Yeah.
I haven't had a conversation with this gentleman. I don't know him. But yeah, that
Yeah, basically what that says though. I mean, you know, you do stuff. I mean, and then my Germany days. Oh my God, Nick, when you're talking about dating when I was in Germany, ooh, goodness, that was a whole different level of hanging out and spending money. Totally, and that was marks. So Deutschmark was 3 marks to the dollar. So I had plenty of it. So
and you were military in a uniform too, so they was coming. I know.
Yeah, you know how that got. You know, and so I threw any type of caution to the wind in there in Germany. It was like, oh well, I'll buy some drinks and stuff, and like, it was just the whole thing. But you know how that go. You buying drinks, they're gonna crowd around. That's usually how that works. So, and in Germany, if you buying drinks, let me tell you one thing about Germany. When I was dating, when I first got there, it was something about getting a key to apartment. It was called a Schlüssel check. Schlüssel means key in German.
Okay.
So to show how cool you were and how you was flexing, if you was over there, you got a key, you were the man. And you had the thing was you had to buy drinks until your behind ended up with a key. So I hung out with a bunch of brothers that when we went to the club and they told me the whole thing about a key, they do Schlüssel check. So the brothers pull out their keys. I ain't had no key yet. So I'm buying drinks. So it took me almost 4 weeks, at least 4 weeks, if not about 4 or 5 weeks that I had to keep buying drinks before a brother ended up with a key.
What's it called? A sushi?
Schlüssel. Before I ended up with a key. Yeah. I mean, it was just that part of the thing, but getting to know women in Germany was a whole different level of the United States. First of all, anybody know anything about Germany? And back when I was there in the 80s, German women love black men.
I know.
That was, if anybody know. So, and the thing was, y'all, the darker the brother, the more love you got. Military definitely, but the darker the brother, the better love you got. So it was a thing of, being able to go up in there and just, shoot your shot and get to know these women and stuff. And, I was that type of dude. I still had a nickname, Big Chill was that man, you know what I'm saying? So I had that going on and meeting different women and learning the language, learn how to speak German and then singing. That was always a segue for me because I knew how to sing, and between that and Dayton State, the dating scene in Germany was just lovely. I ain't had to talk as much, just had to flex and buy some drinks and sing and, serenade. And
as we come back to 2021, because you went all the way back for a second, one of the things that I hear from people so much when they're talking about dating, men and women, but a lot I hear this from women is inconsistency. Okay. The inconsistency that they are running into with men. Gotcha. I've talked to you about this a few times. You know, they had a term for it a couple years ago called ghosting. I think it's called something else now. But sorry, y'all. My dog is reacting to the people outside. Okay. Men who, you know, they're very persistent. They want to get to know you. They want to talk to you. They want your phone number. And then when they get it and they talk, oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving you. You know, I want to see where we can take this. And this is them saying it. And then they get ghost 2-3 days. Yeah. A couple of months. And come back. Hey, baby. Good morning, beautiful. I mean, when I tell you, I was hearing this so frequently. You remember the movie Resident Evil? Yeah, Resident Evil. Remember how they kept cloning Alice? Yeah. It's like the male version of Alice. Same dude, everybody was dating, just a different culture, a different body. Because it was the same conversation. You're amazing. I want to see where we can go with this. Goes for a couple of months and then come back like nothing ever happened. Baby, you know, I missed you. I just want to know if we could spend some time together. Now, we all know that that's game, but in your opinion, being a former, I ain't gonna call you former player, but well, no, you can say that because I was on Jenny Jones for that reason. But that's a whole other conversation. Yes, he was. So I wasn't gonna put it out there, but now I can say it. Being a former player, when it comes to ghosting and the inconsistencies and the, you know, you real hot, then you cold and all of that. Why? To be honest with you, me never had to ghost. I was never that type of person. You know, if I wasn't feeling you, I wasn't feeling. The conversation just went to the left, and it just got drawn out. Where, you know, I ain't gonna say I didn't take your calls. It's just the conversation. Robert, good evening. Go ahead. What's up, Robert? The conversation just got, you know, kind of just drawn out, and it just got old. But as far as me doing what I did, if I was interested, I let you know I was interested. If I wasn't, I'll let you know I wasn't. So ghosting was never something I ever did. Like I said, you know, when people were like inconsistent, that to me just gave me opening. Because I was never inconsistent. I was always that brother that if you give me your phone number, I didn't wait. No, well, you got to wait 2 or 3 days. No, I'm calling you within the hour that I just talked to you. Just to let you know that I'm going to use your number. That's one of the biggest things I know with women. You know, you take their number and don't use it. I mean, what's the use? So if I could, right, and that's the thing is people say so much stuff up front that they're going to do, who they are, what they want to do, what they want to be, what they want this to develop into. Call you and then talk, you know, acting like it's all good. And then these women are like, girl, you know, so-and-so done ghosted me. But the other day, yes, right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But then a couple of months later, girl, guess who called me again? Yeah. Girl, guess who texted me? Yeah. Girl, guess who blowing up my phone? Yep, exactly. And it becomes a pattern. Honestly, I feel like during them days that they're ghosted, they spending time with somebody else and having the same conversation most likely with the next woman. Most likely. And he gonna ghost her because he got to move on to woman number 3. Exactly. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call you back. And don't call back because you're on the phone with somebody else and you go, like, why do grown people have to play those games? I thought those games were played in your early years, early 20s. Maybe, you know, you stop at 30. We talk about 30, 50, and 60-year-olds still playing games. Did you say stop at 30? Oh, no, sweet. That's 30 is when you do it collectively. Oh, 30 is your time. Yeah, collectively 30. Because 30, you want to see how many. Oh, in your 20s, you just starting the game. You just starting to learn. For some people, that's just learning the game. You know what I'm saying? No. I need you to come out of when we was growing up. Nowadays, everything is so much more. Oh, that's right. I keep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it jumps over. You're right. It jumps over the whole thing. Middle school. Yeah. They jump over. But see, the thing is, I look at they rap is so whack. I'm like, oh my God, and women be falling for it. So I think that's what kills me when I sit there and listen to some of these young men like, and you got away with that one. I mean, she went for that. I got a guy friend, King, that told me one time he watches or he listens. You know, nowadays you don't really have to be physically. You can do a lot of stuff virtually. Right. But if he's somewhere where he can watch, he watches. And he can watch what your insecurities are. He can watch what you like. He can watch what you don't like. And like Arnold said earlier, he pay attention to who don't make the cut. Exactly. Then you hold on. He said most guys just like talking not very serious. That's why they ghost the lady. Got
Yeah,
you. True.
yeah, just kicking conversation.
And then he said, but then for the virtual and the phone stuff, he listens.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the right questions. And you and I have talked about this before back in the day.
Yes,
Ask
ma'am.
the right questions.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the right jump off bait out there to see what the response is going to be. And he operates accordingly.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Where a young lady was thinking, oh, he really listens. He was listening to see where the doors and the openings were, so he can play you with it. So once he gets you hooked on the conversation and everything, the getting ghost, he knew that was gonna hurt. So he also knew how to come back with the salve. He knew how to come back with the words. I mean, when I tell you, he would just lay his, and I would ask him, why do you do that? Because I can.
Yeah.
He said, those that won't let me do it, because I was one of the ones that wouldn't. That's why we ended
Right.
up
Right.
Those that don't let me, if we can't be friends, I'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
Because not every woman gonna fall for that. He was like, he pays attention.
Got to, Nick. I one thing I learned growing up, and that's why I was so in high school. Brothers was like, yo, how chill got all these women around him. I said, fellas, first of all, understand they're friends. I said, but they became friends because I listened to them. I said, so that's why I use that. So when it's time for me to go out and shoot my shot, I know what to say. I know how to say it. I know why I'm saying it. And I already know what the response is supposed to be. And I said, that's why when I tell brothers about opening doors, do y'all understand? That's 20% right there of understanding, of getting that response like, wow. Especially when she's not used to it or never had it done. So you done tip the scale right there.
That's what boy was looking for. He was listening for that.
You got to tip the scale with that. Then, you know what I'm saying? You know, and she's new. She's somebody that you're looking at this way. You know, that's when you start throwing the gifts. You know, the flowers. Oh my goodness. You know, come on. You know, you shoot the flower. You got to explain why the flower are what they are.
Disclaimer: we are not putting this information out there for nobody to play nobody. We're putting the game out there so we can stop falling for it. Do not do these things. Don't do these things.
Exactly, y'all. I do not condone any. This is what things happen and what I used to do. Right. And yeah, I don't condone, but this is how it worked. But for, you know, just for futuristically for brothers, always listen to your woman now. I mean, if you want to get to know somebody, to understand them, listen to them. I definitely tell you that, because if you're trying to get to know them, you want to see it go further, always be, you know, definitely listen. Yeah, I see y'all see. I see, definitely. I know. I was wondering when she's gonna chime in. It was just a matter of time. But you know, my thing is, you know, with getting, like you said about the consistency, you know, I felt that I was never gonna be inconsistent because I always wanted to learn. I wanted to learn more. Period. If it didn't work, it was not because I ghosted you. It was not because I wasn't consistent of getting in touch with you and doing the things and saying the things I need to say to try to get to know you even further. So I never understood why brothers felt that but then too, you know, sometimes you just want to see what kind of pull you really have. And that's another thing why they do, you know what I'm saying?
I've had some people, and one of my brothers say that before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And y'all, we haven't said it yet, but please share. And you are enjoying this conversation in any way, please share. Do a watch party for us.
That was great.
Before we bring in some of the issues of the day that we do have that were presented to us, I want to say this, brothers, just try it. Ladies, try. People do not put effort in anymore. They want result with no work and no effort.
For sure.
You don't have to have a lot of money to treat someone and spend time with them, but you got to at least want to try. You know, everything is not about the money and spending it and those type of things. It's effort. It's effort. I mean, come on. Sometimes I think we overcomplicate stuff because we don't want to try. We don't want to do no more than what our comfort zone is. But then you get upset when somebody else slide in and willing to try, or you get upset when you look up and that friend that you was hoping would turn into something else is now in a relationship. But you didn't want to try.
Put that effort in.
We can't be lazy with this thing, because what you're showing the other person is what I'm doing now. I'm only going to amplify that we get in a relationship.
Exactly.
So if you're not doing anything now, what is enticing me to get into a relationship with you? If you're not calling me consistently now, what makes me want to be in a relationship with you?
Exactly.
I
mean, I definitely understand. I mean, over the years, you think about the things that you've done to try to get to know women, get to know men and stuff. And like you said, the consistency makes it more admirable and make it more that you willing to put in the work. You know, but then you got some that you feel like, hey, if I can just say 3-4 words and I done jump 3 or 4 steps, what's the use? And that's like you said about that's what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? I listen to these conversations. I'm like, is that all he had to say?
Yeah.
Is that all he? And then is that all? And the way he looked, just because he, and I mean, that got your attention? Are you serious? When we had to put in time, it covered everything. You had to look a certain way. You had to present yourself. Exactly. Present yourself a whole, you know what I'm saying?
Had to be shaving right, your hair, all of that.
Everything had to be in place.
Right. It's what we accept. Because I've had a conversation with a group of women before that I was mentoring. And the thing is that you can't be 100% mad at how the brothers do, because for every one of us that's like, that ain't gonna get it. Right. It's about 20 or 30 that's like, okay, boo, I can roll with that.
Okay, exactly.
That your pants pull all the way down. It's okay that I can see the label on your drawers. It is okay that you call me when you want to and that we don't spend time together. It's okay. Because
when you do, it's just, it's magic. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, like I said, it's crazy. I'm like, are you serious? This is what y'all go, you know. But it like I said, it's like if you ain't been trained to see it or trained with somebody educates you, this is what you think. This is the norm. This is the new norm, and this is what we expect. And I'm like, yo, I sit there and look at stuff. I'm like, yo, I don't know how she puts up with it, dude, or how you. Yo, believe me, bro. In my time, that just didn't fly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That just didn't fly.
That put up with some stuff from yes. They used to, and
when
they call it, be like, Nick, I only get a woman's opinion on this. I'm like, she did what? She said what? Yeah. What did you say? Yeah. Right, because we out there doing some whack stuff.
Oh yeah, there's some out there that
doing some whack stuff too.
I'm like, are you serious? You know, somebody just trying to pick you up. I mean, I got confronted one time. I was at the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a little something to drink, and this one girl, hey, Big Daddy, you want to hang out with me? I'm like, huh? I'm like, Nick, I was like, are you serious? I was so.
And what is your name?
Nick, I was so exactly. I'm so taken back. I'm like, right. I said, I'm married. I'm good. And I just got in the car because it just threw me because I wasn't used to that type of direct just like that. I mean, and then
I've had it worse than that.
I mean, I know you have, Nick, and you told me you talk, and I know some women have it worse. But I guess when you're not used to getting that kind of approach at any level, like,
right,
huh?
Right.
I mean, it's one thing to say something to holler at a brother and say something, but when the way she looked, it's just the way she said it and the way she was looking at the whole now, I was like, yeah, nah, that's okay, I'm good.
Right.
Threw me. I was like, let me get in my car and raise up.
Let me have to crank this up. Let's go to a couple of our dilemmas that were submitted. I'm not going to do that one. We're going to do this one here. So, you know what? You go ahead and read it, King.
All right, ladies. If your baby making days are over, how hard is it for you to date someone that doesn't have kids of his own? And he tells you he wants kids someday. Will that be a deal breaker for you? Mm. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come on, we need y'all to chime in. All right,
for sure.
The baby making days are over, but you date someone that doesn't have children, but wants to have his own children.
Right.
Is that a deal breaker? That's a good question. I've actually run into that a couple of times because I have children. I have 2 adult sons. This goes back to conversation. I'm sorry, y'all can't see me because the thing. This goes back to conversation. This goes back to getting to know each other and being very honest and upfront. That's not to say that minds will not change maybe one day. However, never enter into a relationship thinking you can change somebody's mind because of your good loving and your good cooking or whatever.
And your good looks.
That actually needs to be right. There needs to be a conversation that's had between both people. Is it a deal breaker for old boy?
Right.
Because he the one that wants kids. So
and it could be.
Say yes, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, he's the one that wants the children. So right up front. Is that a deal breaker for him?
Exactly.
When a woman, baby making days, either because hysterectomy, maybe has had tubes tied, or she just don't want to have any more children. When you get to that stage in life, sometimes it's because she's single, she raised them by herself. She don't want to do that again. It does take a lot of energy. If you had a bad experience and didn't have help raising, you're not trying to do it again. Or she just doesn't want to, because some people don't even want children.
Right.
That needs to be a conversation had up front.
Oh, yeah.
But never think that you can change someone's mind because of your good loving.
Exactly.
I done heard it too many times, and it doesn't work out. It never works out.
It really doesn't.
I think that's also something that the brother needs to get clear on, because he's the one that wants kids.
Right. Oh, I mean, that's definitely something he has to pose, as far as, finding somebody that, like you said, that has kids already, and that, he's coming into the relationship and he wants to have kids. And, depending on, age plays a factor. And like you said, all those different situations where, I had to raise it myself. I had tubes tied. I didn't have this type of procedure.
I'm ready to
exactly. We talking about 20 years in, like her kids is like 17, 18, 19. And you talking about
mine
brother.
are 28 and 23.
Right. So I could definitely see you like, dog, it's closed.
But I was willing to. I was engaged. And
I believe it.
We had that conversation many times. I was willing to, because I loved him. I would have done that.
Gotcha.
But before him, there was a point in my life, I raised him by myself.
Right.
To live and do me.
Exactly.
Diaper changes.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Go back to the whole
way over
again. Yeah, that is starting over again. If you're talking about, that's day one again. 19 years later. Well, in your case, 28 years later, we talking about starting from the beginning. So I can understand that, and as a man that that met my wife with a daughter and stuff, and everybody knows that's my daughter.
Right.
But me never having any biological, it was just the point of it used to bother me where Dad, not having any of my own kind of messes with you as a man anyway.
Right.
Not being able to have that move forward, but to be a deal breaker. No, in my case, because when my wife, my daughter's my daughter, so I'm good. But if it could have been in another situation, I don't know. I felt like if, you had yours already and I was willing and then I could. So that was another thing too. If I was able, I'd be like, hold up, we not, like I said, that could be a deal breaker for me. Because if I'm capable and I meet you and, we talk about that, like you said, the conversation up front is going to make that, you said, come into view anyway, because that would be something I would discuss up front while we, getting to know each other and stuff like that. Like, I don't have any kids. I would like to have them one day. And she already told me she got kids. So to me, in my day, if my situation was different, if I could, and I met a woman like that and she told me that she wouldn't, and then too, I would take in consideration her situation, because if she had kids, like you said, Nick, especially as old as yours, I'm like, oh no, I wouldn't even attempt. Because first of all, if I know I want some, I'm not gonna try to get in a relationship with you, because I already know what I want. And with you with the conversation, I know pretty much in a sense, not you, but that woman probably won't want to start over. And I don't, and I'm not mad at her for not to, because that's asking an awful lot. But I know I would have to have that conversation and be like, okay, let me find somebody that, if she got kids, they're kind of still in their younger parts, so it won't be too a big leap for her if that was the case. Okay. Or if she, saying something, because we got to look at her side, because she's the one who can carry it.
Right.
Saying? So that's
and we do want to say, now this is not for those that want. We're not talking
about
that.
Right.
And for those that want to but cannot have child phizically.
Exactly.
I think the conversation just need to be had, period. Because there are other routes. There are adoption.
Yeah.
She may not care about having a 20, 30-year-old. She may still want to, but I think the conversation needs to be had. Don't assume that she won't because she has older children. Right. But also don't assume that you're going to change your mind if she says no and she's adamant about it. Now, if you proceed in the relationship, that I don't think it's fair if you proceed anyway, knowing how someone feels, that because they haven't changed their mind by year 3, 4, or 5, that they should be punished, or the relationship has to be broken because you thought you were gonna get in there and change somebody's minds. Change someone's mind.
Exactly.
He has to go cook.
Okay. Later on, appreciate you, man.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks for listening. But I understand you on that, because I wouldn't want to take nobody through that and get in a relationship and things are going cool. And I'm thinking, okay, by year 2, I think she'll be ready. And then, nothing changes. And then you like, well, I got to go. And I mean, that's 2 years of her life. And that's 2 years of you playing this game thinking that you can change her, and it didn't happen. So yeah, I definitely understand that conversation got to be had up front, and needs to be truthful about too. Like you said, you definitely need to be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no use to getting, because everything else is, crossing the I. You know what I'm saying? Dotting the I's, crossing the T's is working. But that situation there is up in the air. Nah, when you already know that you haven't got no definite on that, let it go. Y'all can be cool, like you said, be friends, but don't go in there thinking it's open and stuff. And she's pretty much let you know that she ain't trying to go that route, or he let you know he's trying to go that. Well, I'm sorry, not him, but or his reason of not wanting to have any, I put like that. She might want to, and he might not want to, but y'all thinking, like you said, either or. I'm going to try to help change his mind, or she going to, So I definitely feel you on that.
Let's hit this last dilemma.
Okay.
This has been a wonderful.
Yes, it has.
Today.
Yes.
Great conversation.
Sure.
There's so much more we can say. So we will do a part 2 to this soon. But here is our last dilemma we're going to have. Is would y'all stop dating someone after meeting his or her disrespectful teenage kids? Or, and they didn't add this or part, me, or family members. Would y'all stop dating someone after meeting his or her disrespectful teenage kids or family members? And let me add this part too. Not just disrespectful teenage kids, but children, even if they're younger, but he doesn't believe in disciplining or making them behave. Let that marinate. Y'all chime in on that one. All right. So, King.
Yes.
What say you?
Wow. I'm telling you.
Up there again?
Yeah, you ain't got to. Oh, believe me. That's I definitely. Y'all, I'm saying ain't nothing worse than a disrespectful kid that can mess up your whole family getting to know dynamic. I'm just gonna be, and I'm old school, and that's why I can say that. Because believe me, the way I was raised, disrespectful kids just didn't have no place. And especially you trying to get to know a woman, you trying to get in a relationship, and her kids are disrespectful to you. Yo, there's no place. I mean, I couldn't see it that happen like that. I ran into a situation, and my daughter wasn't disrespectful. My daughter was in a situation where she had some issues going on because of her family dynamic. So it was hard for her to accept me coming into the picture. But then further down the line, it was a test of understanding that would I be that person that can fit that,
stick around.
Exactly. And it worked out. And I love my daughter, and it worked out. So, that right there goes without saying. But in situations where, you got some straight up, you meet some people, meet some women, or meet a woman, and her kids is like, yo, they ain't trying to hit. They just, when you come around,
there are relationships where the adult children
are definitely
living at home with
their moms and parents.
You get into a relationship with that and feel like you can go in there and change that, and everybody looking at you like, this how we've been doing it.
You're gonna keep doing it.
Right. We're gonna need you to hush. Yeah.
Exactly. Yo, it's crazy because I'm like, yo, that is so jacked up to do. You just there, bro. You know what I'm saying? They still trying to run things, and you wondering like things that happen and stuff. And you like, why are they still here? Grown.
Okay,
ain't bringing. Oh my bad. Ain't bringing nothing. Moms are still taking care of everything. They just there. Yeah. And you want to say something like, yo, why are you sitting there putting up with this and that? And they looking at you like, bro, you ain't got nothing to do with this. You just my mom's boyfriend.
I've seen a relationship. This guy entered into one with this woman and all of her adult children. And I don't mean like adult as in 18 to 21. No,
you're talking about adult like over 20s. Yeah, in the 20s.
Grown people. Like, your name needs to be on the bill. Grown. And so you see the dynamic going in. However, the woman said that she wanted his help because she didn't know how to say no, and she didn't know how to tell them to leave home. Wow. So when he started saying something, and he got the pushback from the kids, the mama was like, well, leave him alone. They trying their best. And he was like, oh, okay, so you the reason why.
Exactly.
These kids are still here.
I got to say sayonara behind that.
Because he said you don't stop at the pushback.
Right.
Of course they're gonna push back. They don't want to move.
Yeah,
They don't want to
exactly.
have deals.
No.
You don't stop at the pushback, but soon as they will start pushing back and then throwing in the manipulative guilt. Where I'm gonna go?
Yeah.
Me and the baby, where we going? So as soon as they start the pushback, she would always give in. So what happened was it caused a lot of issues in the marriage.
Oh, they was married. Oh, so this wasn't even a date thing.
Not at first.
Oh,
but they went ahead and got married. Again, you cannot do it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
You know, I'm not saying people won't change. That's
right.
Not what I'm saying. But if your mindset is, oh, but when I get up in
there,
this been going on for how old are these kids?
Exactly.
So, and there were plenty of red flags, but you know, they ended up getting married, and it caused so many issues. I know it did. Like most of their arguments was always in behind.
Okay, I can imagine. I mean, you look at
Nick home, he working, they not working.
And that's I knew that. Oh, I knew that. I knew that.
When they're eating up everything, they're not cleaning up, and every time he would say something, she would kind of feel some kind of way because those are her babies, and then they talking back because this is my mama house or this grandma house. Oh, yes. See? Yes.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, you just, and that's a crazy situation, you know, and that's the kind of thing, like you said, getting into it. I couldn't be honest with you. I couldn't see myself getting into it further after I done, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you feel your way when you're in it and getting to know her and you seeing the dynamics. And you like, you checking all, you like, yo, these kids are how old? And they don't do nothing. And I'm looking at, you know, I'm checking out the whole, you know, environment.
And not even just the not doing nothing. It was the way they talk to their mom.
But I know that's what I'm saying. I mean, the whole everything involved. Because like I said, straight from not doing nothing, that already encompasses that I know how you're talking to your mom. Because if she ain't pushing you doing something and you're not, so you're going to, you know, with this and that's the type of attitude you're going to have about it.
Yeah.
And so me walking on this and between girls and boys in the house, it's like, yo, this just definitely, it wouldn't be my cup, especially like you said, in them 20s, late 20s, and they still at the crib, like you said, they ain't working. Yo, this can't, this can't be us. Yeah. You know, this can't be us.
I'm gonna be honest, that's something, because I've been married before, I dealt with that. That's something that you really need to, you gotta pray and you gotta know you and you gotta know what you're willing to do. Like how much do you love that person?
Exactly.
Because you cannot go in blindly thinking that, well, them her kids, she'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna change it when I get there, because it does become your issue.
Yeah.
When they're younger and the person that you're interested in and being with or dating, and they don't tell those young children to stop and don't do this and don't talk back. You know, that's stuff that you have to consider too. You know, do I have open reign to assist in the discipline?
Exactly.
You know, and then we got to talk about the family members. You know, there's a saying, when you get married, you marry the whole family. Some people like, no, I don't.
Right.
If that person that you get ready to marry is so connected to that family that they have all kind of leeway to talk into your marriage, tell y'all what to do, influence your marriage, or even just influence the relationships that we're talking about dating. That is stuff you do have to consider.
Yes, definitely.
You have to consider, because if they able to control your relationship from their house, it doesn't change when you say I do.
No, ma'am.
It does not. So, I don't know how y'all feel about it. Would you stop dating someone if they had disrespectful teenage children, mailing family members, or the kids were still living at home and the parent didn't want them to leave? What are your thoughts? King, it's time to shut it down. This has been a wonderful episode.
Yes. So,
What's your last word? What would you like to leave the people with?
Hey, y'all, I just, appreciate y'all, listening in. Just all the questions. We definitely appreciate that. Y'all, bottom line, dating is no joke. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you love to do because you want to get to know somebody. You want to have that life partner. You want to have that person that you can spend the rest of your life with. But the start line, that's where it starts. Getting to know that person and trying to, maneuver your way into understanding that we can be compatible, that things can work out for us, and where to go to meet these women too, or meet these men. That's another thing. We didn't really hit on that besides the websites, but I mean, even with this pandemic,
part two.
Exactly, even with this pandemic, it ain't the old ways that going in the club or going to the different venues or different places, concerts, any place. You know what I'm saying? You met women and met men that you can get to know them and stuff and strike up the conversation. And next thing you know, you got a number and you're going from there, setting up a date as far as dinner, whatever. So the dating, the whole dating game has definitely changed, but it's still one of those girl meet guy meets girl takes out dinner. I mean, man takes woman to dinner, enjoys each other's company, and then you look for the long haul of getting married one day and having kids and living out that dream.
Yeah.
But again, I just want to thank everybody for listening to us. You know what I'm saying? We still kind of new. This is new for me, y'all. This is my first time ever doing this type of stuff. And Nick has definitely been the best coach and mentor of getting me to understand how to do this and, take what I do know and really just, get it out there. And I appreciate her. And y'all, next week is going to be another dynamic show. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let y'all know about it. But other than that, y'all have a great week. Enjoy life. Y'all have a good one. The king is out.
Mary said amen, and she agreed about the family. Do your homework, people. When you just friend zoning or whatever, you do your homework in the conversation. Yeah. But you thinking about dating and really starting to get serious, just do your homework. Yes. Have those conversations, have them. Don't be afraid to ask somebody a question or talk about something you think you're gonna run them off. If you run them off by asking simple questions, they need to run. They need to go.
Exactly. Fast.
They need to go.
Fast.
Right? You don't want no surprises. So listen, have you guys connected with us yet? Would you like to co-host with us on an upcoming show? We would love for you to join us. If you're interested or if you have some topics you would like for us to talk about, please hit us at nickandking@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Please like us. We are also on YouTube and on SoundCloud. You can also find your girl on the Obstacle Overcomer podcast.
Yep.
I am on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Libsyn, Instagram, and Facebook. So please find me over there. And we always like to leave you guys with the word for the week. So today's word for this upcoming week is, the word is enough. You are enough. Be enough for you first before you try to join yourself with someone else. When you are enough and you realize you are enough and you realize what you want, what your love language is, what you need and want out of this life or out of a partner, that's going to really help you out here in these dating streets.
Yes,
Don't
indeed.
wait for someone to come along in your life to feel like you're enough. That's when you get played. You don't wait for someone to come along and validate you. God already did that.
Yes,
just
indeed.
know that you are enough and you are worthy of great things and being treated like the queen or the king that you are. Mary says yes, ask questions, any and all. Absolutely. So on that note, y'all, we love y'all.
Yes,
Thank
we do.
you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Do not forget to share.
Yes.
And as always, queens and kings, keep reigning.